Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this warrants a dedicated video and an actual discussion because this is a massive change to Raid Shadow Legends. Probably the biggest change I've seen in terms of how the game is going to be played on a daily basis and how much time it's going to save people and all that, because Raid is going to be adding instant battles to the Demon Lord clan boss fight, something that we have been asking for years, and they're finally going to be doing it. So I'm going to discuss my thoughts and some of the history around the Demon Lord. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you happen to not know what's going on yet, I'm going to go over this really quick for you first. We're focusing on not only adding new content to Raid, but also looking at decreasing the time spent in game, which is becoming a big deal. With the nearest release, we are going to be adding quick battle for the Demon Lord. First of all, the improvement will be applicable to all 6 difficulties and will be optional. In order to unlock the feature on a certain difficulty, you'll need to deal a certain amount of damage required for the highest chest of a specific difficulty in 1 key. So basically, you're going to need to be at a spot in that fight where you can 1 key the clan boss, and then once you do 1 key it, you'll unlock the quick battle to 1 key it again in the future. Secondly, you'll need no extra resources to use this feature. You can just use your standard clan boss key to launch the battle as you normally do. And even though we do not show the fighting process itself, but only the result, all battle rules relevant to the clan boss battles and common restrictions remain the same: the team setup, the affinity, and move limits. So what that means is, even though you don't see the battle occurring, if you're using like a magic affinity champion against the force affinity clan boss, that magic affinity champion will be hitting weak. It's just going to basically be doing a sped up simulation of the fight, but the fight will actually take place and all of the mechanics within the fight will be functioning. So I guess what this means is, even if you 1 key the boss to unlock the quick battle mode, you could technically still have a damage range. So if you've got a team where like you barely 1 key, like for example on Ultra Nightmare, you need to deal about 70.3 million damage. Well, if you do that, now you unlock it. Let's say you do 72 million and you unlock the quick battle on Ultra Nightmare. But in their simulation, the things like affinity and stuff are going to change, and maybe you'll have a quick battle where you don't 1 key. So then I guess you would quick battle again, and you may have to quick battle twice to get the maximum transcendent chest reward. I have to kind of see this in game to know exactly how it's going to work, but at least we are getting this feature because it's going to be insanely huge. So it also means you're not going to be able to like manual for the first 8 turns. I know there's some compositions out there where you have to manual for a little bit and then hit full auto. So I think you're going to have it fully kind of normal auto optimized, like when you go into your custom AI, like your team setup. I'm sure you'll probably be able to do this like I've got right here with my Myth-Fu, and I've got it checked right here to run that. I'm sure you'll still be able to go in here and set some of these abilities. But if you're wanting to do like a certain specific rotation for the first like 8 turns or something, that's probably not going to work in this new quick battle mode. Because like with my team right here, I do start on auto, but it is going to be doing some certain things within my composition, like holding off or opening with a certain ability. And I believe you're still going to be able to do that. You're just going to have to kind of click, and then it's going to auto based on your team setup. But when this happens, it'll probably just like simulate the result really quick and then show you how much damage you did. But there is still going to be a little bit of a range because, like I said, the battle is still going to take place and all of the abilities are going to go off. It's just going to quick simulate them instead of showing all of the battle animations. And this is insanely huge because the clan boss probably takes most people somewhere around like 30 to 45 minutes a day. So just quick math, I mean, that's going to be saving the average person around like 170 to 180, maybe even 200 hours per year that we don't have to spend in game just kind of watching a battle take place. And the reason that we don't get this for other areas is because champions like Seer or Kymar or some of these champions that really enable quick compositions that enable you to run dungeons or do things with faster teams, Plarium's going to want those champions to maintain their value. So if they release a quick battle, like let's say Plarium does the same thing for the Fire Knight, and they say once you can beat stage 25 of the Fire Knight, from now on you can just quick battle as often as you want, as long as you kind of leave your team intact. Well, what that would do is mean people would just build 10-minute teams, like just slow, tanky teams that clear the Fire Knight in 10 minutes, and then they'll just auto battle it. So that would really deplete the incentive of players to keep developing their account and build faster and faster teams that really optimize things. But Plarium's okay with doing it in the clan boss because we don't really see that. You can't speed run it anyway. There's nothing you can do. Like, eventually you get to the point where you have 50 turn teams on Brutal and Nightmare and Ultra, and you're not incentivized to really min-max after that. There is no, like, oh, let me get a Kymar in here so I can do stuff faster. It's just kind of, you let it go, and you build your unkillable composition or your infinity team or whatever, and then you let it rip until you have the damage that you need. So Plarium is kind of open to allowing a quick battle in a mode like the Demon Lord, and that's going to be their first way of trying it out. The other ways we've seen them address the amount of time it takes for players to play the game is things like the super raids in Doom Tower battles and Faction Wars, which was a great addition to the game. They still want you to be incentivized to build a fast team, but allowing you to do 2 runs at once is at least mitigating a little bit. It's making you do things twice as fast instead of having to do every single run. And geez, I've been playing Raid since the beginning, and maybe some of you are new and maybe you won't remember this, but I don't have to, I can leave. I've already got my damage for the day. I was just kind of showing that for the video. But anyway, so you see how the clan boss works right now, where they've got this infinity symbol right here. It didn't always used to be like that. So the clan boss, when you would do enough damage to kill the clan boss was actually gone. Like, you couldn't attack it anymore. And oh my goodness, did it cause a bunch of drama. Like, because what would happen is you have certain clan mates that they do enough damage to kill the clan boss, and then it's dead, and then other clan mates, the clan boss is already dead, so they didn't get a chance to put in their keys, so they don't get any resources for killing the boss. So like 20 people in the clan, they get the loot from the clan boss, and then 10 people are just left out and screwed because they didn't get to hit the clan boss, or somebody wouldn't leave soon enough after they do enough damage to get the maximum chest. Like, the maximum chest is 70 million. Well, somebody wouldn't leave soon enough, and they would do like 85, 90 million. And then people would be raging, like, this person needs to be kicked. They're overkilling the clan boss, so now they're preventing other people from getting their loot. And like, friendships were ruined over it, and people were leaving the clan over it. And it was just like, as a clan leader, I was constantly putting out fires about the damn clan boss and people fighting over not being able to use their keys and not being able to get their rewards. And if I remember right, it took us like a year and a half to get Plarium to stop that and implement a change that would make it so that the boss still stays available for people to attack. But I want to say there was like a year and a half of just constant daily infighting and drama within the clan boss system. But then this change for letting people instant complete their battles is probably the biggest change that I've seen come to the game since then. I mean, obviously that was a big deal because it stopped all of the drama right there. And then there wouldn't be drama for about another year until CVC launched, and then the drama kicked back up again. And now there's constant fires to put out again because people don't get enough points and all that stuff. But at least it's peaceful in the Demon Lord after the Infinity Edition. And now it's going to be a lot better because players are always complaining about how much time, rightfully so, about how much time it takes to complete everything in the game, because you have to do the Iron Twins and Faction Wars and the Arena and the Tag Team Arena and the Doom Tower and the Demon Lord and the Hydra, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is an MMO. I got to spend 9 hours a day playing the game at this point, and then I got to like do my gear cleansing and manage everything and the Forge Pass and the crafting, and it gets really out of hand. So this is going to be a huge step to alleviating that, and it's one of the best quality of life changes that we have gotten in a long time. So obviously, I cannot wait for this thing to hit the live version of the game so that we can all start saving time on these Demon Lord battles. So let me know what you think down below about the new change coming soon to the instant autocomplete Demon Lord fights. I think it's going to be a super hype change for the game, and I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.